community service, our total outreach budget for last year was about $8,000 plus matching grants. That goes a long way with the district, the Gundaker, other grants that we get that we can make our money go a little bit farther. Okay, so that 8,000 is divided as follows. So PAR Recycle Works, I think we're all familiar with that. Here is this fall, Frank and I were delivering the check, which is the really fun thing to do. This is the first thing is community service. Here, so now we're starting with the community service as opposed to international, okay? So the following slides are community service. Okay, so that 8,000, part of it went to PAR. I'm not going to get into the dollars, but if anybody wants to know, I can give you the spreadsheet. That's Maurice Jones next to us, and the director of PAR, who's a great guy, and I can't remember his name. Frank, you would know. Okay. And also, so that's our treasurer, but also, as you remember recently, we helped out and we did that collection event, and Frank collects for PAR all year long. So there's Barbara waving traffic at our event, Elliot doing the same. Oh, the bucket, that's the Ukraine donation bucket. Frank Niepold welcoming people at the entrance. And there we are at the end of the event with Kathy and Joe and Steve. Frank waving people off Germantown Avenue. Dave and Larry. That's by the way. And also, wait, just have another photo. This is a theme with these two, with their vests. Okay. We also give to Face Germantown. And another happy day with Frank giving the check to Mary Kay at Face, and we love Mary Kay. And again, not just treasure, but fun and talent. And there we are, we painted the dining room. Had a good time. And Rebecca's visitor, Franzi, German visitor, Franzi came and helped us. That was nice. See, I told you there was a theme. Here's these two guys again. We also helped Prevention Point, not Prevention Point, Face with the Turkey Trot, their annual fundraiser. That was fun. Parkway Northwest High School for Peace and Social Justice. We support them. Pam Rich Wheeler serves on their parent advisory board for us, or community advisory board. And there we are meeting it was deep COVID, I remember, and we were masked to the hilt, but we delivered a check there. It's fun. The Business Center for Entrepreneurship, Pam Rich Wheeler's amazing organization. And there's a darling picture of Pam, and we're always happy to support them. Pathways. This is a great local organization that helps people get that. We specifically support the GED program, and we help adults with that. And Maxine is our conduit for that organization. Thank you, Carol. Yeah. Prevention Point. So, boy, it was cold that week. That was I think it was Martin Luther King weekend that we did the big food and clothing chili making supplies for Prevention Point, and we had just such a great outpouring, and that was really good. There's a couple of we should do that annually. There's a couple of carloads. As you know, we support the local elementary schools. We do a dictionary project, and one of the really most rewarding things we do, and anybody can do it. So next time Carol Bates is asking for volunteers to go deliver the dictionaries, I highly recommend. The kids love it, and here we are at Emlyn. And here we are at Jenks. Oh, Jenks. This is a little bit random, but just another way that we're helping with the schools. And again, Carol has been driving that, but the garden club at Emlyn is just absolutely adorable. And kids are having fun. And more painting. We're good painters. Here we are helping Corinne at Jenks with the new library and that collaboration center, and this is where we're going to make the nice memorial for Ned outside. It's like a little hallway. Also in community service, we have I don't love the term, but beautification environment, but we do support our local environment for better or worse. And obviously we do the pergola, but also we've started a little bit of a partnership with the Garden District, and we helped out, we supported the lighting of Cliff Park. That whole area is so great now. And there's a nice reception, and we have an ongoing support for them to the Peace Park, the Cliff Park, because once we make these things beautiful, it does take money to maintain them every year. So that's part of our commitment there. And pergola maintenance is a fun thing to do a couple times a year. And there's our trusty gang. We've got Frank and Larry, and I think Herb and Tom. You know, we'll always be able to tell when it is, whether there's a mask in the photo. Don't need any dates. Let's see. Okay, so that's it for community service, unless I forgot anything. But those are, I sort of just went through my photos. The international committee was working with about $5,000, $5,400. That was one of the grants. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Right, no photos. So of our international outreach, the Duda Learning Center, which is Barbara Wybar's pet project. I should just take a second to say that these things do tend to grow out of someone's pet project. So if you're a newer member and you have a passion, bring it to us, whether it's local or international, and that's how we get behind these things. But yeah, and it does take, first of all, it makes it more special if there's someone's, being a sort of a steward for the project, but it sort of helps with continuity and longevity of the project. And it's just amazing what some of our members have devoted themselves to. So Barbara has done a presentation recently, but here there's the vocational training there. It's the brick making and the sewing program. Shelter box. I wish Tom were here. This is Tom Lloyd's baby. He's so devoted to this, and we're a big supporter of Shelter Box. We got a nice award from them this year for our generous donation, and Shelter Box works all around the world, wherever there's disaster. And the great thing about them is they've been pivoting to, it used to be just like housing and tents, and now, not every disaster has the same needs. The disaster in Ukraine, isn't as much about tents and shelters as it is, helping people relocate in Poland and elsewhere. And so they really are, they do a whole lot of different things. Yes. Wow. Wow. And I wish I had more stats about it at my fingertips, but when Tom comes back, we'll have him. He usually does an annual talk about Shelter Box and what an amazing organization they are. Hope Children's Home. This is Rebecca's baby. And I don't know, Rebecca, maybe you would like to say a word, but because I don't really remember how long you've been at this, but and what we've accomplished there with water and solar. And you want to say a word?